Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to a wonderful Thursday. I can tell that all of you have been working so hard this week, and I am so very proud of you. So keep it up. You've got Thursday and Friday left, and then you get to have lots of fun on Saturday and Sunday. So keep working hard and getting through your lessons and making that brain super duper smart. Today we're going to start by getting out our boards with our markers. So I want you to hit the pause button and go get your board and your marker. All right, we're going to start by working on our sight words. So the first sight word I want you to write is I want you to write I. Now remember, when we write I all by itself as a sight word, it's a big letter. So it goes all the way from the sky to the grass, okay? So this is I. So practice writing I. And as you write it, I want you to say I. Try it. Good. All right, another sight word. Oh, yeah. L, I, K, E, like. I want you to try like. Now, when you write the L, it kind of looks like a 1. It goes from the sky to the grass. L, I, K, E, like. Try it. L, I, K, E, like. Very good. All right, another sight word we've had is one from last week. T-H-E, the. Very good. Check that out. T-H-E, the. Your T goes all the way from the sky to the grass. T-H-E, the. Good. I love the way that you're working hard and writing those words with Mrs. Miller. Keep it up. Very nice job. And our last word is our new word for this week. What is it? You got it. A-N-D, and. Try it with me. A-N-D, and. Very good job. So we have lots of sight words that we can be practicing. We have I, we have like, we have and we have the. We have 4 sight words that we can be working on. So I hope that you're working on all of those sight words. You can be finding those in your books. Remember, we're trying to read for 10 minutes, so be trying to read those books for 10 minutes, thinking about moving your fingers across the words. Also remember, if you're running out of books, you can always visit the lending library at Maple. There are lots of awesome books in there that you could borrow and use for your read to self. You could also maybe have somebody read to you. That is an amazing thing, and it helps you to remember some of the words, and then you're able to retell the story a little bit. So by using the pictures and not necessarily the words. So having someone read you a story would also be a great read to self. So I do want you practicing reading. Would love for somebody to read with you, whether it's mom or dad or your sister or your brother or your grandma, your grandpa. Hopefully you can find someone to read to you. You could also have somebody on, maybe if mom and dad can help you, you could have somebody on YouTube read to you. And then you could practice thinking about what's happening in that story. What's that story about? Those are all great things that you could be doing. All right, very good, boys and girls. I'm so glad that you are learning those sight words and working very, very hard with them. All right, so today we're going to read a story called Bad Apple. Oh, man. It's called A Tale of Friendship. I wonder what's going to happen in our story, Bad Apple. Well, he doesn't look bad. He looks pretty happy, doesn't he? So remember, a story has a title. It has an author, Ernest Hemingway, and Ernest Hemingway is the author and illustrator. So he wrote the words and drew the pictures. We also know that a book has a front and it has a back, and we know that we read left to right and top to bottom when we're reading. Very good. All right, let's enjoy our story, Bad Apple. Mac was a good apple. He shared his toys with the other apples, helped Granny Smith pick up after art class, and loved to dive fearlessly into the watering hole. On a sunny day, Mac could bob for hours. On cloudy days, Mac would search for the perfect pillow of green grass and take a long nap. In his dreams, it was always sunny, but one day, as Mac lay sleeping, it began to rain. Soon all the little creatures in the earth around him poked their heads out to look for higher ground. Some of them found safety under the large toadstools. Others crawled onto stones and pebbles, but one small worm had another idea. When Mac woke up, he was covered in raindrops and he wasn't alone. You won't believe the dream I just had. A funny little worm was tickling me right here. And now I can't seem to get him out of my head. It was you. And that's how Mac met Willie. Willie showed Mac how to fly a kite, fly himself, and play in the dirt. He loved making a mess. Mac took his new friend to the watering hole to clean off. He couldn't remember a better day until he took Willie to the orchard. Look at Mac. He's got worms. Mac's a rotten apple. Those are mean things to say. I'm not rotten. I'm quite sweet, actually. So they left. Oh, Mac's feeling pretty sad right now. Will cheered Mac up by reading aloud from some of his favorite novels. He was a bit of a bookworm. Mac liked the adventure stories best. He also liked it when Will finished his sentence for him. The most exciting part is when the pirates find treasures in the dirt. But the next day it happened again. Ha ha, it's the bad apple. Ew, worms. Oh, they're not being very nice. And no one in the orchard would play with them, not even the crab apples. Bad apple. Crab apples can be so mean. That night, the two friends sat alone in the grass without saying a word. In the morning, Will was nowhere to be found. You are a good apple. He drew him a little picture and he left. Your friend Will. Mac went back to playing with his orchard friends, diving fearlessly into the watering hole and painting in Granny Smith's class. But nothing was the same. Oh, I think he's missing his friend. There was a hole in Mac that he couldn't fill. Not a big hole, just a teeny, tiny, little, a small hole, just big enough to fit. And nobody finished his sentences. Mac had to find Will. He searched low, he searched high, and in between, in the dirt around the watering hole, and just when he had given up all hope, he looked up in the sky. What did he find? He found a kite. Aw, and who did he find? He found his friend Will, being a bookworm. Mac knew he'd rather be a bad apple with Will than a sad apple without him. I was hoping I could help me turn the pages. How'd you know? Because you will always be a good apple in my book. Good and happy. And there's nothing bad about that. So even though his friends were being super mean to him, he missed his worm friend, Will, didn't he? All right, that's a wonderful story, boys and girls, about being a good friend and thinking about sometimes when we get mad at people and we say things that we don't mean to say to them or don't want to say to them, and how it can really hurt people's feelings because they really were hurting his feelings when they were calling him, ew, apple, bad apple, weren't they? That was really hurting his feelings. So let's do a thumbs up, thumbs down activity about being a good friend. So get your thumb ready. All right. Inviting someone to play, is that good or bad? Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Letting someone go first. Oh, that's hard to do, isn't it? Is that good or bad? That's good as well. Good. Saying hello. Yeah, that's good. Calling someone names. Oh, that's not nice. No way. Cutting in line. That's not being a good friend either. No way. Tattling on a classmate. Tattling is like, he said, she did. No tattling. That's not being nice. Laughing at a friend's joke. If they're trying to make a joke and be funny, laughing at their joke is good. Not letting someone play. Oh, that's not good. Cheering someone up, making them happy. Yeah, that's good. And teaching someone how to play a game. Yes, that's good as well. So boys and girls, I want you to always be thinking about being a good friend, because at school, we love to have friends who are nice to everyone and who play with other friends and who say nice things to each other. So I know that all of you can be a good friend. We don't want any bad apples. We want only good, nice apples. All right, boys and girls, and the last thing that I want to share with you today is I want you have this paper, and it has the beginning, the middle, and the end of our story, Bad Apple. So I want you to think about what happens in the beginning. So in the beginning of our story, what's happening, right? Will is, they're happy together, and he finds our apple's happy. He does lots of things, and he's a really happy apple. In the middle of our story, he finds Will, doesn't he? We could say he finds Will in the beginning of our story. In the middle of the story, all those people start making fun of him, and Will leaves. And at the end of the story, he finds Will again. So he finds Will in the beginning, he loses Will in the middle, and he finds Will at the end. Very good. So boys and girls, what you can do is you can leave the paper whole like this and draw those pictures of what happens in the beginning and the middle and the end. Or you can fold your paper like this, and then you can draw what happens in the beginning, what happens in the middle, and what happens at the end of our story. So work on beginning, middle, and end. Think about coloring nicely and drawing nice pictures and adding lots of details, because that makes your teacher very, very happy. And don't forget to try something with apples today. Try something with apples. Remember, there's also caramel apples, apple chips. I think you all tried applesauce already, maybe apple pie. There's lots of things that are made of apples. So think about trying something made with apples today. Let your teacher know, guess what I ate? And I liked it or I didn't like it. Awesome job today. High five, boys and girls. Very good. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I will see you back here for a wonderful Friday. Bye-bye.